football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Chargers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Throwing to start the drive. Cameron. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Cameron. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. Cameron. And this will be caught in the end zone for the Chargers touchdown. Josh Palmer, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Curran. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyreek Hill, 78 yards. And the Colts are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Back to throw. Cameron. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
19 tight, 19 tight. 79 Broncos. Warriors 17. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. This is a counter play. Eckler. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Back to 60. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Cut 19. Cut 19.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 15. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, Curran. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. Then everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Curran. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand. And
he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have moved out in front. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Chargers 7. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off play action. Cameron going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. To throw on 3rd down, Cameron. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. Guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. The Chargers at 5-3 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
A loss of a yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and
50.
And the tight end goes in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Cameron. He's got a man, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Trying to punch it in with Eckler, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler taking it in from a yard out. And the Chargers are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
On first down, Curran. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray, and the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, we're trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
Looking to throw on second down. Cameron, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He's got a man, complete. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. A final shot before break. Cameron. He's going to try and go deep again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the... He's got a man, complete! And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 36 yards on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Curran out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Off the play fake. Curran. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd down. Curran. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. What did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side, so now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Cameron. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing to start the drive. Curran. This will be caught inside the 10. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run.
And this time he is in. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. 41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Right there, hurt.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on. Check, Bobcat.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cameron. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's
got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play there for Andy. 48 yards.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Here's 3rd and goal now from the 9.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal. Defense keeps them out of the end zone there. Now, will they go for it? And if so, can they do it one more time?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it going for it, because what we've seen from the defense so far, every gap is taken care of. Everyone is sound in their coverage. No one is breaking free. And those ball carriers are getting tagged. If I were them, I'd think very hard about just taking 3 points and taking their dignity and moving on.
And the ball's at the 2, spotted at the 2, so a pretty good chunk to go.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft it deep right sideline.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Colts are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On third down. Curran.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be fourth down.
The Colts send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter.
He's going to go up top again.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Josh Palmer. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Finding space at the 40.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into a proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Tackled by Derwin James. The tackle made back at his own 6-yard line.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got a man, complete. And some room to maneuver.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Off play action. Cameron. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the